Hello everyone, hope you're all well. Engage UK here, back again with another review, Locomotive review this time, and it's a review of the Dapol Class 73 in Mainline Livery. This is one of Dapol's earliest models. They first started in Engage in about 2003, and this started appearing in 2005. They've done it in a whole variety of liveries. Over 20 editions of this locomotive have come out in the years. They've done it in BR Blue, BR Green, Network Southeast, Mainline, EW and S. So there's been several liveries available. There's also been several different, over the lifetime of these models, there's been several different improvements as they've gone on. The very early ones had a slightly long couplings, which were replaced around 2005, and also from about 2007 this model became DCC ready. This is an earlier version. It's not DCC ready. It's number ND021B in Mainline, running number 73133. They also did another in Mainline, ND021A, which was Stewart's Lane, famous locomotive, Stewart's Lane. So there's two Mainline locos out there. Now, for those who are familiar with this this locomotive, you won't need to know about its history, but for those who aren't, a quick precis. This is an electro diesel locomotive, so it was able to run both on the diesel engine, which was inside, and 750 volt DC third rail. So the diesel was a kind of a backup, and although they did have that diesel engine, it wasn't as powerful as the electric, so they weren't really seen that commonly outside the southern region, although they did appear pretty much all over the network. Built in the 60s, early batches 1962, and then later between 64 67, and they were built in quite high numbers, and quite a lot of them survive and are still running around, either on preserved railways and other places. So let's have a quick look at it in the box. First impressions, very nice level of detail, nice livery, yellow discs on the bogies. There's some fair amount of detail under here, the third rail pickup. There's the information, the loco, ND021B. Let's pop it out, have a quick look at it. Now, the first thing you'll spot when you open the sleeve is a little bit of information that comes with it. Some care, lubrication instruction sheet. This is all-wheel drive, which is nice. It's a good bonus point there for it. And just some info and guide there on oiling the locomotive, and also if you have any fault, what to do, where to return it to. If there's a problem. Housed in this hard case, as all Dapol stuff is. Even their wagons now in these hard cases, and that is good packaging. And although the Farish locomotives are in hard cases, their rolling stock generally isn't. It's in plastic boxes, and the protection isn't as good. So you've got to give Dapol the edge in terms of packaging. It shows you quite plainly how to remove it. Remove the foam tray complete with the locomotive, and then take the locomotive out of the foam tray. So we'll follow those guidelines and be very gentle with it taking it out, because there's a fair amount of end detail with back pipes and jumper cables. And now we can have a closer look at it. Yeah. It has working lights in forward direction, so you get lights going on forwards, but you don't get a red rear light on the back. terms of the overall shape, very good, accurate representation. I've got a picture of this actual locomotive up on the computer screen here, and I'm looking at it. It's 73133 in mainline as well, and this is a very good representation of it. Nice detail. The only couple of things that probably are missing, steps here. Should be some steps here. The front, well, some could argue it's possibly a little flat. Should perhaps be a little more curve at the front. And the other thing, this seems to show the locomotive in a slightly different condition than the photo I'm looking at, because there are clusters of lights lower down on the front of the picture I'm looking at. And this is a picture of this actual locomotive in 1999 on the BRDW site. But apart from that, very, very nice locomotive. Now, as we saw before, all-wheel drive, which is good. Shouldn't have any problems over points. Couple of pockets are similar to the old style Graham Farish ones, with a rapido on a spring, which obviously means the Tomic Schaffenberg couplers I was looking at in another video, you could put them in there. Probably wouldn't put them in the rear end, but if you were going to have it driving with one particular end as your forward or your non-coupled part, then you could maybe pop this out, either have no coupling or the Schaffenberg in there instead. Nice detail around the bottom here with where the third rail pickup would be. There's a look at the other end. Now when it drives, you get a high intensity headlight in the centre, and also the head code box up here lights up. You get two lights here, and the same on the other end, but as I said, no red rear light as it runs. Some nice fine detailing around the doors, picked out in this silver. Doesn't look like added detail, it looks like mostly mould. You have to be a little bit careful with these because they do have these air horns, quite prone to being broken off if you're rough with it. Roof, well, all moulded, some nice grills and pipe exhaust here. Fan detail is quite nice there. It's got a bit of depth to it, a bit more than the Farish 24 we were looking at, which was just one moulded piece. This at least has got some fine detail as they've etched the top there. Livery, it's like the mainline livery, very nicely applied. There's not a lot of small printing, but then there didn't really need to be. They've also got this part under the bottom of the door correct, although on the prototype it was more like etched sheeting. You get no extra detailing pack or anything with the loco, so it comes as is. Pop her on a piece of track just to have a look at her scale wise on a piece of track. Well, there she is on a piece of track, and again this is a piece of Code 40 2mm easy track. It's just shows off the scale a little bit better than even the Code 55 because it's closer to the prototype. But a quick look at that in 3 dimensions. It's really nice. It's no surprise that they've even still been releasing this locomotive pretty much up to the present day. If you want one of these, you can still get one. Signal Box have a BR Blue one, a limited edition one, which they're doing at the moment, and that's DCC ready, and they're doing it at a special price at the moment, so maybe a good time to get one. Last thing to see, of course, is how does it run? So there she is, running on the track. I'm using the Gauge Master controller again, just running on a piece of straight track, and that was at about 30-40. It seems to be geared nicely for slow running, and you can see as it runs away from you there's no rear lights. But one good point about it is that the forward lights do work very well. You don't have to get the thing running and up to speed before they come on. A little bit of juice and the lights come on before the loco even runs, which is quite nice. Let's give her a bit more. Gripes, well, perhaps the high intensity headlight is a bit bright. Something could possibly be done about that, either with a resistor or with some lighting gel, perhaps even behind there to take the internet which reduce light for theatre lights and things like that. So I might try that. But no, a lovely smooth gun. Covers a very good wide range of era, right from BR green all the way through up to like this. This is sectorisation and even later. And because they were so common, something really you'd expect to see on pretty much any layout that covers those periods. As I say, still available and well worth tracking one down. That's the Dapol Class 73. Thanks for watching this video. There'll be more up soon, hopefully. If you've got any comments or suggestions, then please do leave me a message. Always interesting to hear people's thoughts, requests, anything like that. If there's something in particular you'd like to see reviewed or covered, then do please let me know. But thanks for watching this video and hope to see you soon. Take care.